energetic sovereignty, sacred boundaries, and relational prosperity. Quantum opening your mind becomes a lighthouse where reality learns the choreography of your heart, and your field becomes a sovereign shore where only what honors your essence can land. Larano, Section 1. Deep Gaze, the Soul's Cartography of Boundaries. Imagine your life force as a luminous river crossing valleys of memory and mountains of desire. When the river knows its banks, it flows with music and direction. When its banks blur, it floods or evaporates. Energetic sovereignty is the art of sculpting those sacred banks with love, clarity, and embodied presence, so that your gifts reach the ocean of life without leaking into sands that do not nourish you. In the archetypal landscape, 3 guardians collaborate within you. The sovereign, who names what is sacred, declares values, and emits the law of kindness that governs your realm. The guardian, who protects the gates with compassionate firmness, allowing entry only to what aligns with your vow of truth. The weaver, who relates, connects, and builds bridges, transforming separation into resonance without sacrificing integrity. Childhood imprints often draft the first version of your energetic map. If love was conditional, the river learned to twist itself to survive. If anger was forbidden, the river lost its voice. If your brilliance was mocked, the river dimmed its light. Energetic sovereignty rewrites this map with adult consciousness, so the inner child rests in safety and the adult soul navigates with dignity. Boundaries are not walls of ice. Boundaries are membranes of intelligence. Like a cell's membrane, they discern, exchange, and protect. Too rigid, and life cannot breathe. Too porous, and vitality bleeds. The sacred middle path appears as a living geometry of yes and no that keeps your inner fire bright and your relationships warm. In the relational dojo, every encounter becomes a ceremony. Words carry frequency. Eye contact transmits timelines. Posture speaks of inner authority or self-abandonment. Silence can be a bridge or a hiding place. When sovereignty awakens, your body says yes with full root and says no with a gentle bell of certainty. This bell is never an apology for existing. It is a blessing for all involved, because clarity liberates everyone from the fog. Energetic sovereignty also dismantles the false myth that love means self-erasure. Love that dissolves the self is not love. It is nostalgia for union without the responsibility of presence. Real union respects the shape of the other and the sanctity of difference. The weaver knows this and threads intimacy through consent, care, and clean agreements. Thus, prosperity in relationships emerges as a natural harvest. Trust grows where boundaries are clear. Creativity expands where safety is real, and joy flowers where dignity is honored. Lowanan Section 2, Scientific and Psychological Foundations. Humanistic psychology places the person at the center as an architect of meaning. Authenticity, congruence, and unconditional positive regard form the soil where the self actualizes. Boundaries become the operational definition of congruence in action. Saying what you mean, feeling what you feel, and acting in alignment creates a feedback loop that stabilizes identity and invites mutual respect. Transpersonal psychology expands your map beyond the personal self into states of oneness, archetypal intelligence, and altered states that reveal the deeper patterns shaping experience. From this view, boundaries are not obstacles to unity, but containers that allow high-voltage awareness to ground safely. A chalice must have edges to hold the wine of spirit. Neuroplasticity provides the biological canvas for change. Repeated experiences lay tracks in the nervous system. If your history trained you to collapse, fawn, or overextend, your neurons learned that choreography. Through deliberate practice, visualization, and embodied micro-movements of agency, you train new pathways where self-respect becomes default rather than exception. Polyvagal theory suggests that safety and belonging regulate the social nervous system. Boundaries signal predictability to your body. When you can trust your own no and yes, the vagus nerve relaxes and your social engagement system comes online. Clarity reduces hypervigilance. The guardian's clean stance becomes medicine for anxiety. Attachment dynamics Translate early relational templates into adult scripts. Avoidant patterns often masquerade as boundaries but hide fear of intimacy. Anxious patterns often masquerade as love but hide fear of abandonment. Sovereignty balances closeness and autonomy. The sovereign curates space and proximity. The guardian maintains coherence. The weaver co-creates rituals of transparency that disarm old ghosts. Cognitive frameworks. From NLP, reveal how language frames reality. Internally, your self-talk can either erode banks or reinforce them. Externally, your statements create maps that others follow. Clean language invites collaboration. Over-explaining or collapsing tone invites confusion. Sovereignty respects the economy of clarity. Fewer words, more truth, steady breath. Section 3. Applied biodecoding. When the body speaks the boundary. The body is a library of unspoken negotiations. Symptoms often tell the story of boundaries crossed or abandoned. Without dogma and with compassion, decode patterns as invitations to liberate emotional knots. Skin and immune surface. The largest boundary of the organism. Chronic irritation can echo a life theme of feeling invaded or exposed. Healing movement involves installing rituals of choice around touch, time, and attention. Throat and jaw. The gate of saying no and declaring needs. Tension patterns may reflect unsaid truths or fear of conflict. Gentle tremor, release, humming, and declarative practice restore vocal sovereignty. Liver and gut. The alchemy of processing and deciding what to keep. Indigestion, heaviness, or fatigue can mirror difficulty metabolizing other people's emotions. Food choices, breath work, and decision hygiene become daily boundary making. Lower back and pelvis, from the root of support and stance. Pain or instability often signifies over-responsibility or ungrounded caretaking. Grounding, weighted blankets, slow squats, and money boundaries help the root feel held. Liberation route in 4 movements. 1. Name the pattern. From vague discomfort to precise sentence. Example, I notice a habit of saying yes when my body says no. 2. Locate in the body. Place your palm and breathe until sensation becomes specific. Warmth, pressure, shiver, or a color appear as messengers. 3. Relate, do not dominate. Speak softly to the sensation and invite it home. The message becomes clear when you stop trying to fix yourself and begin to listen. 4. Enact a micro-boundary. Choose one concrete behavior that honors the message. The body trusts action more than theory. Symptoms deserve tenderness, not blame. Each ache may carry a signature of love that learned the wrong dance. Sovereignty teaches a new rhythm where love keeps form and form keeps love. Section 4. Quantum N. L. P tools. Step-by-step reprogramming below are field-tested protocols to install boundaries as neuro-linguistic architectures. Read them aloud. Breathe slowly. Keep movement small yet deliberate. Repeat until your nervous system recognizes the new geometry as home. 4.1 The Sovereign Posture Protocol. Stand with feet hip-width, knees soft, crown rising. Place one hand on heart and one on lower belly. State 3 core values as present tense realities. Example, I live clarity, I live kindness, I live reciprocity. Visualize a gentle golden circumference 1 arm's length around you. Anchor with a gesture of choice, such as thumb to ring finger. Walk 10 slow steps, maintaining the inner circle and values. This becomes your portable throne wherever you go. 4.2 The Gentle No Script. Breathe in for 4 counts, out for 6. Speak a no in 3 parts. Acknowledgement, boundary, alternative. Acknowledgement, I appreciate your intention. Boundary, I am not available for that. Alternative, I can offer this other option or another time that honors both sides. Keep voice low and even, end with silence. Do not justify beyond 1 sentence. Clarity loves brevity. 4.3 The Consent Compass. Place left palm over heart, right palm over belly. Ask inward without words by simply placing attention on sensation. If heart expands and belly warms, record a yes. If heart constricts or belly cools, record a number. If signals are mixed, record a not yet and renegotiate timing or terms. Train daily with small choices to calibrate accuracy. 4.4. The Relational Agreement Canvas. Write agreements as living art pieces. Purpose. The why. Boundaries. Behaviors in and out. Check-ins. Frequency and method. Repair. Process when ruptures occur. Exit. Graceful completion if alignment ends. Keep language affirmative and specific. Revisit monthly. Agreements are bridges, not cages. Daidamora. 4.5. The swish for self-respect. Identify a habitual collapse image. See it as a still frame. Create a counter-image of sovereign posture, golden circumference, and clear phrase. In one swift inner motion, shrink the collapse frame and swish the sovereign image to full brightness and proximity. Repeat 10 times. Finish by standing and speaking one boundary aloud to lock the pattern. 4.6. The timeline reclaiming. Sense a line of life in front and behind. Step back to the earliest memory of boundary loss that appears. Embrace the younger self with both arms and place the golden circumference around them. Speak. You are safe with me now. Your number is holy. Your yes is precious. Walk forward to present and feel the continuity. Take one action in the next hour that honors this child's dignity. 4.7. Money Boundaries and Prosperity Ledger. Create 3 containers: gift, fair trade, premium craft. Place each offer or time segment into one container. Define minimums, exchange terms, and availability windows. Rehearse pricing words aloud until tone is steady and kind. Track energy after each exchange and adjust. Prosperity follows clarity. Welar Section 5. Spiritual Vision and Christic Consciousness. Christic consciousness radiates the remembrance that love is the ground of being. Love is not permissiveness. Love is intelligent light. It blesses difference without dissolving it. It does not demand sacrifice of truth as proof of devotion. It witnesses the other as a sovereign flame, not a utility for soothing loneliness. From this vantage, boundaries become sacraments. A clean no keeps the altar pure. A wholehearted yes becomes Eucharist for the communal heart. The weaver extends compassion that includes the self. The guardian stands at the gate with a sword of clarity and a rose of tenderness. The sovereign prays through action, not performance. Buddhist emptiness whispers that form is empty and empty is form. This does not negate boundaries. It infuses them with humility. Your circle is a temporary mandala drawn on the sand of time, yet while it stands, it protects the temple of service. Psychomagic adds play to the equation, inviting symbolic acts that speak to the unconscious in its native tongue of images and ritual. Spiritual maturity arrives when you no longer outsource your center to the approval of the crowd or the fear of loss. In that maturity, generosity expands because it does not cost you yourself. Forgiveness becomes precise because it does not excuse harm. Compassion becomes strong spine and soft front. Devotion becomes daily architecture, not occasional fireworks. Relational prosperity then ceases to be a lucky accident. It becomes the default climate around you. People feel safe near your clarity. Opportunities knock because your yes is trustworthy. Collaborations endure because repair is baked into the covenant. The river meets the sea without dissolving into chaos, and the ocean receives it without demanding self-betrayal. Narcissus Section 6. Integrative Daily Ritual, the Golden Circumference. Duration, 22 minutes. Materials: a candle, a small bowl of water, a stone, a notebook, and a gentle chime or bell. Sequence: 1. Arrival. Sit with spine dignified. Place stone at your root, bowl of water at your heart level, candle before your eyes. 3 breaths. Inhale through nose, exhale through mouth longer than you inhale. Whisper, I return to my throne. 2. Anointing of edges. With right hand, trace a slow circle 1 arm's length around your body, clockwise. Visualize golden light sealing an intelligent membrane. Speak, My field is clear, kind, and discerning. 3. 4. Decrees of sovereignty. Safety, I protect my life force with love. Clarity, I name my yes and no with ease. Reciprocity, I exchange value with fairness. Repair, I restore trust with honesty. 4. Water of compassion. Touch the water and bring a drop to your throat. Hum a single tone for 1 minute. Let the jaw soften. Feel truth open like a window with sunlight. 5. Stone of rooted value. Hold the stone in both hands on the lower belly. Remember one moment today where you staged a microboundary. Nod once to acknowledge the body's courage. 6. Candle of witness. Gaze softly at the flame. Visualize one relationship as a bridge between two temples. See the bridge made of agreements, not expectations. Send a blessing without self-erasure. 7. Ledger of prosperity. In the notebook, write 3 exchanges to refine, 1 gift, 1 fair trade, 1 premium craft. Add prices or terms that honor both sides. Read them aloud until tone is steady and warm. 8. Closing bell. Ring the chime and bow to the 3 guardians within. Whisper, the sovereign is awake, the guardian is ready, the weaver is gentle. Weekly expansion. 1 day per week, perform a boundary fast from over-explaining. Replace justifications with clear statements and 1 breath of silence. 1 day per week, perform a generosity feast inside your circle. Offer a gift fully chosen, with no residue of resentment. Warak, high vibration closing. Warasant, master aphorism. Love without boundaries becomes martyrdom, and boundaries without love become exile, while sovereign love builds bridges that carry truth without losing shape. Quantum challenge for the next 24 hours. Choose 1 real-life moment to practice the gentle no script. Keep it short, kind, and final. Record sensations before and after. Celebrate the nervous system for learning a brighter choreography. Brie, activation code, speak 3 times while tracing the golden circumference with your hand. Ra'el na omnia lux. Then seal with the phrase, my edges are holy, my heart is open, my path is clear. Con amor, Andrew.